10 seconds. Stand by.
And that's how we get underway with individual event number 3. And let's start over with our athletes on this first heat. So, lane 1, Matilda Spanu. Lane 2, Nathalie Gertz. Lane 3, Frederic Franzen. Lane 4, Alexis Rufus. Lane 5, Anita Tucker. Lane 6, Lucy Medjury. Lane 7, Janie Garat. Lane 8, Hanne Nielsen. Lane 9, Solveig Sigurdardottir. And lane 10, Kirsty Oliver. And already Anita Tucker on lane 5 has cleared the first obstacle. And this event is exactly the same for the males and the females. They have to perform 9 muscle-ups, cross the handstand obstacle course, and then perform 30, 36, 45 or 54 single-legged squats. And as on lane 3, Frederic Franzen crosses over, we have currently 4 women performing their pistol squats, with Anita Tucker on lane 5 and Janie Garat on lane 7 currently leading. And Tucker and Garat are your current heat leaders. And on lane 7, Janie Garat tried to walk past the handstand obstacle course, but she can't do that. These females will have to go over the course before they can progress to their set of 9 muscle-ups. And after the first round on lane 7, Janie Garat is your current heat leader. And the clear difference here with the pistol squats is that the females are having no problems performing these. And the standard on the muscle-ups for these females is the same as with the males. You have to pass from a straight point whilst holding onto the rings, onto the top of the rings, with full extension in your hands. And on lane 7, Janie Garrard is holding her lead after the second set of her 9 muscle-ups. On lane 4, Rufus was really close on getting through that second obstacle course. And on lane 7, Janie Garrard making sure work of that handstand obstacle and moving on her second set of pistols. And that does it. Alexis Rufus completes her first handstand obstacle. And with a time cap of 13 minutes, we only have a little bit over 5 minutes left on this first heat on event number 3. And those claps, ladies and gentlemen, are for lane 9. Solveig Sigurdardottir completes the first obstacle. Your current leader is on lane 7, Janie Garrard, the only female to have completed the second step of the pistol squats. And on lane 7, Janie Garrard is done with her second set on the obstacles. She moves on to her last set of 9 muscle-ups. Now on lane 7, Anita Tucker is moving on as well. And also moving on to her second set of pistols is Hannah Nielsen. So the race for second place right now is between Franzen on the lane 3, Tucker on lane 5, and Nielsen on lane 8. And it will go down to who can complete that handstand obstacle course. have only 2 minutes left in this first heat. And Janie Garan holding on to the lead here as she has completed her last set of muscle-ups. And only the handstand obstacle remains. And also on lane turn, Kirsty Oliver also moves on to her second set of pistols as Janie Garan, the first female to complete all of the handstand walks, and she's had under 60 seconds to go for those pistols. She's making fast work on those. 45 seconds to go. Put your hands together for these awesome females right now on the field. Every rep counts. 30 seconds. She will be close. And it's 20 seconds. Put those hands together, people. 15 seconds for Janie Garan. 10 seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In this first heat, Janie Garan came really close in finishing. She was short, possibly 15 pistol squats from finishing. And it goes to show this event is truly hard. We will see how many females can actually finish this event.
Janie got 42 reps done, so only 12 reps shy of finishing this event number 3. So 10 seconds. Stand by. This is female heat number 2 for individual event 3. Let's look at the lane assignments right here. On lane 1, we've got Aoife Berg. Lane 2, Charlotte Spence. Lane 3, Lisa Lepna. Lane 4, Laura Hughes. Lane 5, Ferda Zakalzai. Lane 6, Maria Kusava. Lane 7, Anette Nieminen. Lane 8, Siri Romesmo. Lane 9, Sarah Massoni. And lane 10, Laura Faulkner. This event here is exactly the same as the male athletes went through. 9 muscle ups, handstand walk over 2 obstacles, single leg squats after that, and then we repeat it 3 times. 13-minute time cap, and the score to beat is 42 single leg squats on the final round. Lane 9, Sarah Massoni, done with her first obstacle on her first round. So is Anette Nieminen on lane 7. And Sarah Massoni, the first female, onto those single leg squats on lane 9. Anette Nieminen right behind her now, also on those pistols. Three female athletes here working on those single leg squats. Anette Nieminen in lane 7, Siri Romesmo lane 8, and Sara Massoni on lane 9. Sara Massoni still leading the way, walking back to the rig on her hands. First obstacle cleared for her. And Anette Nieminen and Siri Romesmo trying to get that first obstacle cleared on their way back to the rig. Lisa Letna on lane 3 also clears her obstacles and has started on those single leg squats. So in total, these athletes will be performing 27 muscle ups and 135 single leg squats. That will definitely add up over this event right here. And then you also have to, of course, handstand walk in between. Anette Nieminen in lane 7, the judge's hand is up in the air, so she's down to her last 5 reps of the second round on those muscle ups. Also, Sara Massoni has the judge's hand up in the air. And Anette Nieminen has taken the lead here. She's the first to come back to the handstand walk on the second round, but Sara Massoni not far behind, and Sara also kicks up to her handstand walk. But both of these ladies may be going a little bit too soon after those muscle ups, so they're gonna have to rest up a little bit. Lane 7 and 9. Six minutes and 30 seconds has passed, so we've just passed the halfway mark of this 13-minute time cap here for event number 3. The athletes already went through 2 events yesterday. Triple 3 was a 3K row, followed by 300 double unders and a 3-mile run. The second event was Linda 3 bars of death. That included deadlifts, bench press, and squat cleans. So we've done some endurance, we did some weightlifting, and now we're doing gymnastics. As Anette Nieminen and Sara Massoni are working side by side on those one-legged squats here on their second round. And Sara Massoni moves her chest piece forward and starts her last set of 15 single leg squats on the second round. Sara Massoni, lane 9, in the black shorts and the gray top, gets the second round down. Anette Nieminen in lane 7 in all black also gets her second round done on those squats, and now heading back towards the ring. It looks like it's going to be a battle between these two ladies, Anette and Sara. Lane 8, Siri Romesmo, also coming back to the squats for the second time, and she looks like she's happy with her performance so far. We've just passed the 10-minute mark, so a little less than 3 minutes to go before the time cap. Anette Nieminen, Sara Massoni working on those last 9 muscle ups. Lane 3, Lisa Letna getting over another obstacle as she's working her way back for the second set or the second round of single leg squats. Lisa is on lane 3. Anette Nieminen done with her muscle ups. As Sara Massoni gets a no rep on lane 9, so now Anette has the chance to maybe grab a heat win here. She's walking back towards the end of the floor now. One more obstacle to go for Anette, and then 54 single leg squats. One minute to go. Anette Nieminen gets the last handstand walk done, and she's gonna get started on those single leg squats. She has 25 seconds to go. 20 seconds to go. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what that means. Let's bring the noise. Help these athletes finish strong here. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. That's it for heat number 2. Anette Nieminen takes the heat. She gets all the way to the third set of those single leg squats. Would you please put your hands together one more time for Anette and the rest of these ladies?
Welcome back to Berlin, Germany, as we're ready for heat 3 of 4 in women's event number 3, in the event that up to this point has been the impossible task to finish within the 13-minute time cap. Brandon Domain, Mads Jakobsen, and Nikki Brazier with you here at the Velodrome. And this one is high skill, and it has had a very, very, very low success rate.
It has been wrecking people, and what has been wrecking them has been event number 3, 3 rounds of 9 muscle-ups, handstand walk. First round will be 36 pistols, then 45 on the second round, and 54 on the third, and then a handstand walk. The time cap is 13 minutes.
As nobody has been able to beat the time cap thus far, the next 10 to take a shot at it include a couple of very notable names. Former Games athletes Björk Odensdotter in lane number 9, and somebody that I know you got your eye on, a multiple-time Games competitor, Turi Helgadottir, somehow on the outside of this, nearly in 20th coming into this event in lane 1.
I'm looking for Turi to do a really good job in this event. She is strong with that, with her gymnastics. I'm just wondering if she took too much of a beating yesterday, or if she's going to come back with a big bang. I love what she does in gymnastic events.
And for these 10 ladies, it almost feels like a must-win situation as they start day number 2 with 9 muscle-ups here in the opening round.
It is, and there are a lot of these ladies out here that we know are capable of making a big move in an event like this. The question that we have to ask ourselves is, did they take too much of a beating yesterday? I know that they were super fatigued. I'm just wondering if it's going to affect them when they go here. What I want to see is take it easy on the first muscle-ups. Some of the other keys to success are control on the handstand walk. Make sure that you pace yourself, not overexerting yourself and falling off. Pace the pistols. Make sure that you have good balance. Stand all the way up and avoid the no rep. Hurry up and rest. Be decisive on when you're moving, but take it easy in the transitions. Regain both breathing and posture, and then move on.
Turi Helgadottir took about 20 steps of that and just wound up in the same spot. She'll take a second shot at the handstand walk. Martina Krysiak next to her, also working on it. And we've already got success for 2 athletes on the first half of the handstand walk in the center of the screen, and a frag cow in lane number 5, the center blue lane, and 1 lane above her, Sanna Venäläinen.
And they did really, really good just getting the posture right, making sure the balance was right with a slight forward inclination, making sure there was no problem getting up the stairs. Down the incline was no problem at all either. And you're seeing Sanna right here just parrying the potential fall very, very well. There are a couple of different ways you can play this. Either very gymnastically, straight legs, pointed toes. However, that's a long lever you need to control. A lot of the other athletes, you're going to find them bending their knees kind of in a scorpion position, because it does make it slightly easier to control the lever altogether, but also parry that lateral movement that comes as you start elevating one hand as opposed to the other.
So both Fradkow and Venäläinen are through the handstand walk, as is Björk Odensdotter and Turi Helgadottir, as they try to chase down these 5 ladies after the opening day. Laura Horvath leading the way, 4 points clear of Sarah Sigmundsdottir, Kristen Holta, Annie Thorisdottir, and Gabriella Magawa. Those 5 have separated themselves from the field just a little bit, so it will take a lot of work. For the ladies in this heat, it's basically win and you're still alive at this point.
they really need to go out there and have a good outing, both point-wise, but also just for the self-confidence in the rest of the events. Björk Odensdotter, another one of these athletes that's really comfortable, as we said, in this type of event. Thuri, she's super strong. We know that. Gymnastically, her pistols are not a problem at all. She's holding onto her foot to make sure that foot doesn't drop onto the floor. She gets a no rep. I think it's smart from Thuri to do that to start with and trying to not be phased by the other athletes. It's the second and the third round where it's all decided.
Turi will move the chess piece over, finding herself in the 4th position at the 3-minute mark, as Björk Odensdotter leading the way in a tight race for second, with Venäläinen on the right, Krakau on the left. You see in the background, Björk Odensdotter making her way back to the rings, and she will start round number 2 at the 3-minute 25-second mark.
Björk has a gymnastic background. Now, what that means is that she's really comfortable on the rings. Combining that with the strength that she's built over the last couple of years, it's a very potent thing, but it also means that you need to really, really think about what it is you're doing so you don't muscle your way through it. However, that being said, she looks super strong.
Top 3 all working on the muscle-ups. Make it your top 4 as Turi Helgadottir made very quick work of the handstand obstacle course on the way back down the floor to close out the opening round. We're 4 minutes in. There's no time to beat. There is an unofficial score to beat of 42 out of the 54 pistols in the final round. That the score from Heat 1 set by Jamie Garat. Only one other woman has gotten to the 54 single leg squats, that being Annette Nieminen in Heat number 2.
We're seeing a lot of these ladies, or actually all of them, breaking up the 9 muscle-ups. Now, this doesn't mean that they can't do 9 unbroken muscle-ups. It just means that they're trying to save their shoulders a little bit for the handstand walk, which has turned out to be a bit of a struggle for a lot of athletes earlier.
Björk Odensdotter taking on the handstand walk obstacle course for the 3rd time now.
Impressive how she just took a step back, regained posture, and then kept on going, instead of opting for going all the way down and starting over.
Definitely looking calm as she advances past the halfway point in terms of the amount of the handstand walk to be completed through this event. Going up that incline, now back down the stair step. Both hands crossing the red line on the ground, and she's good to go. For the set of 45 single leg squats, she'll advance that chest piece every 15 reps in this round to give you an indicator of where everybody is on the floor.
Notice the speed. I mean, this is not an easy task at all, but she just busts these things out so fast.
Taking time to shake out the arms a little bit mid-rep. 15 down, 30 to go here in round number 2. She is ahead of the pace of Jamie Garat, the event leader, through the first couple of heats.
And I can't see Björk slowing down. I think she's kind of found her rhythm in the event. She's not looking around to see where anybody else is at. She's just doing her own little thing.
Right side of the screen is Sanna Venäläinen, who suddenly finds herself in the 4th position as both Krakau and Helgadottir have moved into the single leg squats in the round of 45. They still continue to chase Björk Odensdotter, as Venäläinen getting a round of applause from the crowd after getting that handstand walk complete after a few attempts. So on the top of the screen is Odensdotter, near side is Helgadottir, center of the screen was Krakau and Venäläinen.
And both Björk and Thuri have really found their stride on the pistols. They don't look like they're phased at all. And that's what it's all about, finding your rhythm so you don't have to hold it on the way down, kind of break it on the way down. You want to almost drop all the way to the bottom and just kind of pop right out of it again. And both of them do that.
Here, a big round of applause for the crowd as a couple of athletes completed the first half of the handstand walk obstacle course for the first time at the 7-minute mark. And that's been a theme here with the crowd in Berlin. They've really gotten behind the athletes that have struggled heavily with the handstand walk obstacle course. Somebody that has not is Björk Odensdotter, who continues to lead and actually has about a 45-second advantage over Helgadottir and Krakau, who are just now finishing the set of 45 squats.
It just feels feast your eyes on the control. Tight through the midline, tight through the thighs as well, pointing her toes a little bit in the direction she wants to go, not expending any more energy than she has to. It's a thing of beauty to watch Björk doing her handstand thing.
Still a little more than 5 minutes remaining, so she is on pace to potentially be the first woman to complete this event within the time cap. So for Björk Odensdotter, she enters this event 17th place in the point standings, 76 points behind 5th place Gabriella Magawa. What we saw on the men's side of the competition a little bit ago, you can just sometimes ball up the score sheet and throw it in the trash pretty quickly. Of course, update you on that once we get to the men's side of things with their 4th event coming up in an hour or so.
And I'm thinking that both Thury and Björk would probably really appreciate if we could do that and just rewrite the board. I mean, they're out here to redeem themselves from efforts yesterday that I know that they're not super happy with. And the way they're conducting themselves is very impressive.
Now, out of the athletes in that lead fight, the first through third here in this heat, Anna Fragkow here on the screen actually has the most to gain. She enters this event in 10th, 44 points behind 5th.
She's doing the same thing as both Björk and Thury are doing, breaking up the muscle ups, being calm, making sure that she doesn't overexert herself in itself. That's Emma McQuaid right here trying to make her way over the, not Emma McQuaid, oh, that's Sanna Bernanen, making her way over on the handstand. And as she does that, Björk Odensdotter makes her way to the final 54 single leg squats on the top of your screen.
Lane number 9, and she's actually picking up the pace on these single leg squats. She'll advance that chest piece every 9 reps this time. She has 3.5 minutes roughly to complete this event, and it looks like she is well on her way to that. She got a no rep and got a consecutive no rep afterwards. That's what she's communicating to her judge, trying to figure out where she is. Now, what happened there was she did not get proper depth with the left leg. When she did the rep on the right leg, that's considered a no rep because you have to go back to the left leg before you can get a successful rep. So that's why she got 2 in a row instead of just 1.
And it's so important to, just like Björk is doing right now, maintaining communication with your judge. If there's something you're wondering about, ask. They're not there to condemn you. They're there to help you out, make sure that everybody competes on the same terms. Smart move by Björk Ruti.
Top 2 separated by about 23 reps on the single leg squats as Thury Helgadottir now in second on the left side of the screen. But on the right, Björk Odensdotter putting the finishing touches on an impressive performance here in heat number 3. And she will be the first woman to complete this event under the time cap with just 5, now 4 reps remaining. And Björk Odensdotter needs to make the push, and she's doing what she can. She's in line with first place with 1 heat remaining.
Great job by Björk. Stuck to her guns all the way through, making sure that she wasn't phased by the handstand walk. She wasn't trying to stress her way through it. She's just making her way through it, composed it as always. Once she got to the pistols where she feels the most comfortable, increased the speed and made her moves there.
Next finisher should be Thury Helgadottir. She has 9 reps remaining in a Fragkow in the blue lane, center of the screen, still with about 30 or so reps remaining. Thury Helgadottir, it would be a bit of a surprise to not see her qualify if that were to happen. She's doing all she can, and she'll take second in the heat, second provisionally with 1 heat remaining. This is somebody that we've seen really become a quiet mainstay at the games out of Iceland.
Well, she has. She's one of these athletes that she's always in contention, but there are so many other big names that are slugging it out, and she has this really quiet personality, so it's easy to forget what an amazing athlete she is.
The flip side, somebody that was looking to make their debut appearance, and still looking, obviously, to make their debut appearance at the games, somebody that really kind of came out of nowhere 1 year ago with Anna Fragkow, who's in her final 16 reps.
And she's been doing a great job since last year of just improving the things that she felt were weaknesses. And she was really looking forward to coming here. We found it or saw it on social media as well. Looking forward to coming out here and then testing to see whether that worked or not. does look like she's improved a lot. Getting the last reps.
Trying to figure out where to go with that as she skipped that last box and then was told Judge Drake with the chest piece and forgot that she still had to do the squats there. She should be in under the time cap. And she will round out the top 3 here in heat number 3. 6th woman to get to the set of 54 single leg squats is Sanna Panalainen. And she will be 27 reps away, so probably about 20 reps shy of completing this event within that 13-minute time cap. As the cap does hit, so we'll have 3 finishers here in heat number 3, the first 3 women to actually beat the time cap here in Europe, all led by your event winner, or event leader, Björk Odensdottir, who set a time of about 10 minutes, 52 seconds.
So Björk started out really, really well, and I love the way that she was composed on the muscle ups, breaking them up into 5s and 4s all the way to start with, leaving no doubt that there was enough in the tank to be composed as she was walking over the obstacles both up the stairs and down the incline. Once she got to the pistols, however, that's when she made her move. That's when she kind of distanced herself from the competitors just by going so much faster than everybody else. And that had her finish like this.
So Odensdottir, first woman in the world, if you want to go that route, to complete this event. We're here at the opening regional of the season. Good. We're at the Velodrome in Berlin, Germany, looking to close out to the midway point of competition on the women's side of the European Regional for the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. Brandon Domain, Mads Jakobsen with you, along with Mickey Brazier. And here's the test that faced them to start day number 2.
So event number 3 is 3 rounds of 9 muscle-ups, a handstand walk, onto single-leg squats, and then finishing off with the handstand walks. The single-leg squats will be 36 in the first round, 45 in the second, 54 in the last, and they will then finish off. They have to finish off within 13 minutes.
And here in heat number 4, note your points leader, Laura Horvath. She'll be in lane number 5. So away we go with the high skill event number 3 for the final time today on the floor of the Velodrome.
And so they're on their way, and I'm excited to see if anybody's going to go for all 9 unbroken muscle-ups. In the previous heats, nobody's done that. They've been trying to save shoulders, making sure they can stay composed on the handstand walk. That being said, a lot of people out here trying to make a lot of points.
So Sarah Sigmundsdottir, one of the first ones through the muscle-ups. There is a group of athletes that are doing the same as they all flip upside down to start the first handstand walk. Sigmundsdottir unable to get that first length. In fact, most everybody, aside from in lane number 4, Kristen Holta, able to complete the handstand walk. She's the only one, and she's going for 2 lanes in a row as Sigmundsdottir continues to try to make her way up the stairs. There's Holta in lane number 4, the bottom blue lane. She goes through the entire length unbroken.
I'm impressed to see her do that, but I'm not surprised. If you follow Kristen Holta on social media, you will have noticed a lot of handstand videos lately.
And as Kristen Holta moves into the single leg squats for the round of 36, we're joined once again, like we were yesterday, by 2013 Games champion Sam Briggs. Sam, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
And what are your thoughts on what we've seen through that the first day of competition? We got these 5 athletes that are kind of starting to separate themselves, but there's still a lot to be left up for grabs here, especially with an event like this.
Yeah, we've got 6 events. Only 2 have happened so far, so this is going to be the halfway point. So we should see which athletes are making a run for those top 5 positions by the end of this workout.
And do you have anybody out there that you're kind of keeping an eye on that you would expect to do well in an event like this?
I expected Annie to come out hard and was surprised when Kristen went unbroken and Annie actually fell.
And do you think that handstand walk, like how much of a difference does that make? Like if you compare it to a regular handstand walk?
It's going to fatigue the shoulders a lot more. You've got to be able to control yourself, to pull yourself up the stairs, up the ramps, and then control yourself down the stairs, over the steps. You've then got to do the muscle-ups on the other side. The pistols on this end are just an annoying part to hopefully gas you out before you've got to try and do the handstand walk again.
We saw the effects on the shoulders for Kristin Holte as she tried to go for that second length. That has given the edge to Annie Thorisdottir, who is 12 seconds behind coming into that handstand walk. As both her and Holte are starting to pull away from the field, Camilla Solomonson-Hellman is in third, Laura Horvath fourth, Sarah Sigmundsdottir fifth.
And so I'm just wondering, you were saying that the pistols were an annoying little thing that you had to kind of get out of the way. Would you consider it to be some kind of active recovery in the event before you kind of get onto the meat and potatoes of it?
I think for athletes at this level, they're pretty comfortable with pistols, so they will try and use that as more of a rest. I was pleased to see Kristin actually attack the pistols. She sped through them as opposed to being slow and steady, so she's not frightened of the handstand walk. She's here to attack the workout.
Yep. And so the work these guys did yesterday, do you think any of them are feeling any effects of that in this particular event?
I think the bench press will get quite a lot of the athletes. Not many athletes do bench press, so the fatigue in the pecs and shoulders to then go on to the handstand walk. I have a feeling that a lot of them will be surprised on how different the handstand walk feels today.
Checking back in, leader Annie Thorisdottir, stopping at the halfway point, tried to go with that full length, unable to do so. She holds a slight lead over Kristin Holte. Laura Horvath in third now, Camilla Solomonson-Hellman in fourth, Sarah Sigmundsdottir also onto the handstand walk in round number 2. And something that we were talking about in heat number 3 is that we're seeing some of the notable athletes here in this region kind of sitting back in that third heat with Turi Helgadottir, Bjork Odensdottir. We're seeing a bit of a shift here with some of the younger athletes. Any thoughts on seeing somebody like Laura Horvath, somebody like Gabriela Magawa, kind of making that move up the leaderboard here after that first day?
I think it's still early stages. So far, it's only been kind of single modality tests, and I think you'll see things even out more, but it's natural evolution of the sport. The younger athletes at some point have to overtake the older athletes.
To be a champion, you got to be the champion.
Definitely.
So it's about 5 reps the difference as we're in the final 15 within the set of 45 for Annie Thorisdottir, just ahead of Kristin Holte. It's a near rep-for-rep tie between Camilla Solomonson-Hellman and Laura Horvath in third. Sarah Sigmundsdottir struggling to close out the second length of the handstand walk. Those top 5 have really split themselves from the rest of the field here in this fourth and final heat as they chase down Bjork Odensdottir's time unofficially of 10:52.
And right now what we're seeing is Kristin Holte and Annie Thorisdottir are side by side. Now we did see Annie go a little bit faster on the handstand walk earlier. I'm going to be a little bit interested to see whether she may have overexerted herself, and Kristin Holte will catch up with her now.
I think if Kristin can stay close to Annie, she's a lot faster turnover on the pistols, so ending on 54 pistols, you could see them two sprinting for the finish.
I mean, Annie's a lot taller, she's a lot heavier, so that should play a part when they get into the last pistols. But Kristin's going to have to be well, consistent on the handstand walk, though.
Definitely. She's not far behind Annie, so like I said, if she can be close to her coming off that last handstand walk, I can see them both sprinting through those last pistols.
It would be an epic throwdown on the last 54 pistols. Pistols at dawn. Well, not quite dawn, though.
Here on the screen, left side, Annie Thorstadter. She has a 1 second lead coming into this final round over Kristen Holte. Both of them inside the top 5, entering day number 2. Pretty comfortably over 6th place, which is Camilla Solomonson-Hellman, who sits in 4th here in this heat right now.
And both Annie and Christine are shaking out their arms a little bit. Maybe potentially starting to feel the effects of the handstand walk and also the muscle ups early on, and potentially even the bench press from yesterday.
I think they'll be keeping an eye on where each other are, and neither of them are going to want to go to failure before that last handstand walk.
No.
Simultaneously completing that last muscle up that they'll have to do in this event at the 8:20 mark. Thorstadter will take her first shot at the handstand walk just ahead of Holte, and unable to complete that. Holte will take a shot now. Both hands have to cross the yellow line at the midway point. They do. Holte with the lead now over Thorstadter. And Annie leaving the lane off to the side, so she's going to get a no rep as her hand left that line.
Heartbreak for Annie, but that is the opening that Christine Holte needs.
I think it's testament to this workout that somebody who's as strong as Annie is at handstand walking, how deceptively hard the rest makes this walk.
It's Kristen Holte running away with this one now. She goes into the final set of 54 single leg squats, advancing the chest piece every 9 reps, as we've only had 7 of the 30 women thus far actually get to this point in the event. Only 3 have been able to beat the 13-minute time cap.
And look at the pace that she's going at. I mean, it looks like Mitchell Adams just found himself a soulmate out here.
I said that she had a fast turnover on the pistols.
You did say so.
And it might be just fast enough to definitely hold off Thorstadter, who is 27 reps behind all of a sudden. They have been within a second of each other for much of this event, and that lead was just blown out of the window here.
She's looking to start day 2 in a good place.
It's not just about finishing this event, it's about finishing in an order that she feels happy with as well.
Definitely.
So we've seen some athletes who've been holding on to their feet. What do you usually do?
I'm comfortable enough with the pistol to not need to hold my foot. I have a technique pretty much like Kristen with the dancing arms.
Yep.
I think Annie Sakamoto made that technique famous.
Was struggling to get this final rep as Kristen Holte. Remember, the time is 10:52 to beat. She'll cross the line. It's going to be a 6th career event win unofficially at regionals for Kristen Holte, an 18th consecutive top 10 event finish, and she will very well be within the top 5 at the midway point.
I'm pretty sure, actually, it was Annie Sakamoto started the chicken squats first,
Yes.
onto the chicken pistols.
It definitely helps just to find your balance and get into a rhythm. You'll see athletes with longer legs. You'll see Sarah grabbing her foot. If you think about where the weight distribution is of the foot, that's a long way out to hold the balance, so just grabbing the toe will help with that.
Annie Thorstadter across the line, 2nd in the heat. I do believe that will be good for 4th in the event, far from official. Laura Horvath has pulled away from Camilla Solomonson-Hellman. Horvath in the 2nd blue lane from the bottom of the screen in the green pants, black shorts for Solomonson-Hellman. We're 1 minute away from the 13-minute time cap, and Laura Horvath, points leader entering this event. She was 16 points ahead of Kristen Holte. Might still hang on to that. It's going to be close between those two as we're through 3 of 6 events for those athletes. As Sarah Sigmundsdottir finishes the handstand walk and sprints up to the single leg squats.
And Camilla Solomon-Hellman in the middle of your screen right now has got to be happy with this performance. I know that this was one of the workouts that she was, or one of the events that she was wondering about, but killing it out there.
And this is big for her as she sits in 4th in the heat. The person that was 28 points ahead of her in 5th, Gabriella Magawa, is still doing work on the second round. So she's going to gain some points on the bubble athlete as we hit the halfway point of the competition. It'll be good for 4th in the heat for Camilla Solomon-Hellman as we're in the final couple of seconds as Sarah Sigmundsdottir will just barely hold off Steph Decker for 5th in the heat. And the shakeup begins here on day number 2.
Well, that was a great performance by Christine Holte. I mean, it was going toe-to-toe with Annie Thorisdottir to start with early. Annie had a bit of a mishap on the handstand walk. And Christine Holte, I don't know if she saw it, but she took advantage of it right away.
And they were close the whole way, but here it comes for Christine Holte.
And you see, right now they're almost the same pace. Christine Holte and Annie pretty much in the same pace, but as the event progressed, she increased her pace. Muscle ups pretty much the same all the time, going 4, 5, and 4. Then onto the handstand walk, and then the handstand walk was the big decider when Annie kind of fell off to the side, or well, her hand touched the line. Christine just took advantage of that right away, increased the speed on her pistols immediately, and just took no prisoners at all.
And Kristen Holte, with her 6th career regional event win, is with Nikki Brazier.
Kristen, in that last round, we saw you pull ahead on the handstand and then run into those pistols. What was it like taking on that new piece of equipment for the handstands right here on the Regionals 4?
It's definitely a little nerve-wracking because you're not sure how it's going to feel and how it's going to tax your body. So I had a plan, but I had to adjust it a little bit during the workout. And I just kept on telling myself, you got this on the last one, and then I know I can do pistols fast, so yeah.
What did you have to change?
A little strategy on the handstand and like how long I was resting in between and things like that. And it was a little harder than I anticipated, but it was really fun. It was cool.
You did a great job. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And the event win might catapult Kristen Holte into the points lead. We'll have to wait on the official scoring of that with as many women as were unable to beat the time cap in this event. But what we do know, Kristen Holte, your event winner at 10:47. Björk Odensdottir in 2nd. Annie Thorisdottir, Turi Helgadottir in the top 4. Laura Horvath, the points leader coming into this in 5th at 12 minutes and 10 seconds as we had 7 athletes able to beat the 13-minute time cap. Any thoughts as we hit the halfway point on this, Sam?
Just excited to see the next event. The snatches shouldn't be a challenge to these athletes at that weight, so I'm hoping to see some sprint battles, especially in this final heat. The burpees are going to gas them, and especially with the snatch weight decreasing in weight, there's going to be some epic sprints in that final heat.
And we'll see the shakeup continue on moving day. Sam, thank you once again for joining us. Always appreciated. As we head out for event number 3, get ready for event number 4. The guys will start that off as we get to update you on the craziness going on the men's side when we come back in just a few moments.